Hey guys, finally starting the video, not looking an absolute wreck. Today we are doing a full face of Dollar Tree makeup. I created this makeup look using all Dollar Tree products with some substitutions just for like brushes and stuff, but mainly it was all Dollar Tree, and I don't know about you, but I am loving my makeup. I posted on my community tab what palette you guys would like to see featured in today's video, and Smoky Brown's won. If you aren't already, make sure you subscribe so that way you can be a part of the community tab. I am posting there pretty often because I don't have a regular like filming schedule. That way I can keep in touch with you guys on like what videos you're wanting to see or what videos are coming next for me. I've been posting what's coming up or even wanting your guys' opinions on stuff. Like for this, I posted different variations of palettes and you guys got to choose which palette I went in with. Let's go ahead and get started with today's video so I can show you guys how I created this look. I did already prime my eyes with this concealer by BPure because I want to keep it fair and not use an eye primer. The palette that we're going to be using today is by Beauty Intuition. It's the Smoky Browns eyeshadow palette. We're going to try to do a really grungy smoky eye. I don't know, that's what I'm feeling. I haven't done one in a very long time. The eye brushes I'm using aren't all going to be from the Dollar Tree, but this one I'm first going into is from Dollar Tree. It's a Wet n Wild brush. I see these pretty often there. I really only see this fluffy brush. I've been wanting to pick up more, but this is the only one I see. I'm going to first dip into this shade right here. It's basically my skin tone, and this is just going to be our base shade and give us something to blend into. So I can just put this all over the eye, kind of setting down my eyeshadow. Even though setting down my eyeshadow isn't always my favorite, I want something for the eyeshadows to stick to. That was actually a lot more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. I think it will be really nice in the inner corner to brighten things up. We're going to go one shade deeper into this one right here, and I'm taking it on the same brush. I do have a bunch of face brushes from the Dollar Tree that we're going to use today, and they're really good. I do use them regularly. We didn't get much pigment on that shade, but this is a fluffier brush, so that diffuses the color a little bit more. Just dipped in a second time. And I really don't have to tap off my brush. These aren't too powdery at all. Let's go into this brown shade now. Here I'm focusing on blending it out just a little more. I don't want it to get too carried away from me, so I'm not like blending all over my eye. I'm still keeping it focused. Now I'm dipping in a second time. I just want to build this color up a little bit more. And I'm not going to go all the way into my inner eye because we do have a new shimmer to try. But I'm just kind of hooking it like in my crease, but leaving my lid empty because that's where the shimmer's going to go. So we don't really have to worry about it. Just want to make sure everything out here is blended nicely. You could totally leave it here, even bring it all the way over to your eyelid, but we're going to go in with some shimmer. I like depth in my look, and I do want to do more of like a grungy, really smoky eye. So we are going to deepen it up some. I'm going to take the darker brown here. This is where I'm switching brushes because I don't want that blend anymore. I mean, of course I still want it to blend, but I'm looking for more precision. And if I used that same brush, it's going to get out of hand and blend where I've already blended. I want more of a precise application, if you will. We're still going to blend it, but you see how I have more control. I'm focusing the shade right in my crease, kind of digging in there. And then I'm just going to kind of do packing motions. Don't need to change a brush, but you could if you wanted to. Just use a denser packing brush. This has more like fluff to it. I'll just show you what I mean. Something more like this, just without a cat hair on it. Something not as fluffy and it's more densely packed. And that's how you can really get in there. Switch to this brush to kind of blend it out a little bit. We already have a nice blend going on, but if you want to take it a step further, go back into the lighter brown. And on that same smaller brush, you're just going to go over what you did with the darker shade. And then the fluffy brush again, I'm going over lightly on the edges with that tan shade. And this is just gonna blend it a little bit more. It's just a lot of back and forth, honestly, but I'm happy with this blend before it gets too carried away. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. I also found this LA Colors Shimmering Loose Pigment, or it's an eyeshadow with brush. I'm probably not gonna use the brush, to be honest. It comes with one of these and maybe we'll try to use it, I'm not sure. It's just this pretty champagne gold color and I thought it would go really good with this look. Now, how to get it on the brush? Maybe just shake it, I'm not exactly sure. Because it's like literally just a hole that the brush sits in. I can't figure out how to get it like more on the brush, so we're gonna tap some in the lid here. That was way too much, but I do want to try the brush with it, so I'm gonna get the brush nice and packed here. We'll try it not wet first just to see what we're getting. This is about to be so messy. Good thing I do my eyes first. Oh, this color though. It's going perfectly. Yeah, let's wet the brush. The Dollar Tree also does have setting spray. I'm gonna just use some of that. So, I mean, this is nothing crazy. It's just your basic like satiny shimmer. I'm going in with another brush just to see. I mean, it really didn't make a difference. It's making it apply easier, that's for sure. The shimmer is really pretty. It's more of that subtle, like satiny shimmer. There's no glitter or anything like that. It's just gonna give you a nice shine to the look. Is it my favorite? No, just because I like glittery and over the top, but I don't think it's bad. It was pretty easy to work with, even the brush that it came with. I just wanna take the dark brown again, and we're gonna kinda blend the shimmer and the matte together. Okay, not in my eye. Doesn't have to be precise. You're just getting a little bit of blend. I went too far over on this eye, but that's okay. We're done with the eyes for now until we get to the bottom part. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some lashes. These are the IONI lashes from their Lunar Zodiac collection. This is the snake. These might be my favorite lashes that I've tried. They have the clear band, which I do prefer, but I just love the style of them. I like that they're thinner near the corner of your eye and then they get a little bit thicker. I did curl them to give them a little more of a lift. I'm gonna be on the hunt for the snake or just more versions of their cluster lashes for sure. We're gonna stay zoomed in. I want to work on my brows. Now, I've talked about this IONI brow freeze gel so many times. I absolutely love it. I will say this is not the brow freeze gel for you if you want your brows completely cemented to your face. This formula kind of doesn't dry down, which sounds like a bad thing, but I actually have grown to love. That way I can still mess with my eyebrows throughout the day. It doesn't come with a brush or anything, so you can just use a spoolie. I got this double-ended brush off of Shein and it has just been the perfect combo to use. I am going to use it again today. It does have a spoolie on the end, but I really love this brush as well. It's just perfect for giving me that laminated look. I like to do the brow gel first because, like I said, it doesn't dry all the way down, so I can still kind of mess with my brows after I've applied the pencil or whatever I'm using that day. So I'm going pretty lightly just to cover all the hairs, but you can see it's already putting them down. I'm kind of in the process of growing my brows out right now. I over razored them. I got little hairs everywhere, so they might not stick down the best, but we'll see what we get. Just took a little bit more and I'm gonna comb backwards as well. Just really coat every single hair. And now I feel it getting pretty sticky or like drying down. So I'm gonna start to kind of comb them into place. This is when I really love this side of the brush. It's a little harsh, so my skin is gonna turn red, but I promise I'm not going that hard. I even use the pink part of the brush to kind of lay my hairs down, but I also use the comb. I mean, don't get me wrong, you definitely have to go in with a good amount of this to get your laminated look. So it all just depends what you're looking for. If you just want a little bit of hold, you won't need as much. But if you want your brows like cemented to you, this probably isn't the brow gel for you just because it doesn't necessarily dry that hard or anything. And now I'm just kind of like fluffing. I don't need my eyebrows like stuck to my face. I do like a little bit of fluff in the front. It just makes it look a little more natural for me. So I'm just fluffing them up a little bit and shaping. I got a little sloppy with it, so I'm just gonna try to clean that up. It's best to tap your brows afterwards to kind of get that wetness off or that stickiness. But I have to say, no matter how much I've used of this, I never get white residue or like gunkiness left in my brows. I would just say the main issue is it stays wet. Like I've never felt it dry down. So if you don't like that, not for you. Now let's shade them in. I'm going in with, again, an IONI product. This is the IONI Brow Pencil in Soft Brown. This shade is very warm, so it goes perfectly with my hair. It is more brown, like it's not going to give me a coppery color or anything, but it has the warmth that I need. I like to shade in my tail first. And as you can see, it has no problem gliding over the gel, but it's not a super creamy formula to where it's messy and like sliding everywhere, but it's also not dry. And now I'm just kind of combing through to get that color, just very lightly, letting the brow pencil do the work. And now I'll just underline the front of my brow, softly flicking it. I have a little more sparse hairs here, so just kind of filling them in. I'm not going harsh though. I just kind of flick the color in there. Usually I do use like a pen or something to draw more hairs in, but I do not have a pen from the Dollar Tree that does that, so we're working with what we have. Now, like I said, one of my favorite things about the gel is that it doesn't dry, so I still can work with it. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking that pigment that's at the bottom of my eyebrows and I'm flicking it through, and it just like softly ombres my eyebrows. I want those hairs to stay natural, so I don't want to like block off my brow or anything, but you see how it just naturally filled it in? See, I can still move my brows. So personally, I like that. Still have time to like move them around, shape them. Now the top of my brows will get cleaned up with my foundation, but to clean under, I'm taking a little bit of that concealer that I used as my base. And then now I'm taking the flat part of the brush and just blending it down a little bit. You don't want to take too much, and then just patting it out. And if it looks too harsh, you can always take your eyeshadow brush, blend it back together. Let's get into foundation. I'm super excited. I'm trying a new one today. I have seen this a million times, but never in a light shade. They always have it in medium or dark at my Dollar Trees. This is in light 1, and I already know it's not gonna match me. It looks way too warm anyways, even if it was light enough. So I do wanna show you guys today how I make my foundations match if they are too warm or too dark for me. These products aren't gonna be Dollar Tree, but I'm telling you, spending the extra money if you can is so worth it. It has saved so many foundations for me that I thought I was either gonna have to return or just couldn't use in general. These are the LA Girl Pro Color Mixing Pigments. I have mine in white and blue. White is gonna lighten your foundation and blue is gonna cool it down if anything is too warm for your skin. You could totally put this on the back of your hand, on a mixing plate, whatever you prefer. I think I'm just gonna go for it and put the foundation on my face, add like a dot of the white. This does look pretty warm. I'm gonna add a little bit of the blue. The blue is very pigmented. I've made my foundation look gray before, so I don't want to use a lot of the blue at all. The blue was being difficult, but that's basically what we have. I'm gonna use my face as the mixing board here. We'll just kind of go where we need to. I'm not going anywhere today either, so if the foundation mix isn't 100% accurate, that's okay. It's actually looking really good. You don't need much of the mixing pigments. And I have used them with a bunch of foundations. I have never noticed them change the consistency of any of my foundations. I'm doing the same thing on the other side. For some reason, the blue, I was gonna say, for some reason, the blue is hardened. It needs to be mixed up. There we go, okay. I know this isn't ideal for a lot of people, but I did just want to include it to show you that there is options. Maybe this is your favorite foundation, but the shade never matches you, you know? And once you get it down, like maybe one pump of each is perfect for you. Once you find out like what works for you, it's easy. This is my first time trying it, so I don't know. what I need. This foundation is really nice. I also like their other foundation that they have. I think it's by BPure, the hyaluronic acid one, but that one doesn't give me the coverage that I need. Now this one I'm definitely gonna have to build up because I've been breaking out lately. So let's build it up actually. I'm gonna add a little bit of the regular foundation. I don't know what all is gonna be cut out during editing, but I have been going like back and forth, adding the pigment, adding the foundation. I haven't been using like too much because I don't want to get too cakey. So I know this is seeming like a lot, but I'm telling you, once you know your mixture, it's so much easier. And honestly, to me, it's worth it if you really love a foundation. Being pale like I am, it's so hard to find a foundation that works for me. So I'll do what I have to do, which is not how it should be, but you know. Let's get some concealer on. I'm gonna go in with that same concealer that I used to set my eyes. This is the BPure Essentially Ageless. Now this is too yellow for me as well, but I'm not gonna do like the blue mixing pigment and all that. I'll probably just add white and I should be good. Smelling a little funky, might be getting old. I think I have a backup of this. This brush is actually from the Dollar Tree. If you guys find these brushes, I'm going to be also using some face brushes that I found. These brushes are so good. It's nice and dense, and this is actually for concealer, and it has a perfect angle. I have other brushes that I've gotten from Amazon that are like this, and it's basically the same thing, I feel like. I'm just going to take a little bit of white to mix in there. I probably didn't need that much. This is a really nice concealer. It is very hydrating. Doesn't have the most coverage, so if you're looking, like if you have super dark circles or anything like that and you're looking for that super full coverage, you're not going to find it with this, but it is nice for some hydration under your eyes. I would say if you have mature skin, you would really enjoy this. I'm building it up just a little bit more. Just right here, this is where I have most of my pigment. I say it all the time, but color correcting will help mainly with like the blue that I have in my eyes, which the Dollar Tree does have color correctors. I need to try to remember to grab some. I think it's by LA Colors. I do want to test it out. Like I said, I'm breaking out like crazy, so I just want to see. It helped a little bit on camera, but in person, not much. Let's get into bronzer. This is BPure Glow Up Contour. This is in fair to medium. It's a little more on like the warmer side than I would like personally, but it's not the worst. This is one of the face brushes that I was talking about. Super dense. I love it for applying my liquid products. Not just like Dollar Tree products, but all my products in general. You guys see, it's just a little too warm for me, but we make it work. And this formula also has hyaluronic acid in it as well. So it's hydrating and it blends beautifully. I always have such a good base when I do Dollar Tree products, not even just a full face, but like when I incorporate Dollar Tree products into my makeup in general, it's always looking so good. I prefer to go in with a contour shade, obviously for my nose, but that's okay. Just gonna bronze it up. And I'm using that concealer brush. I haven't used it before for my contour, so let's see how this goes. That's gonna be cleaned up later. I never really worry about my nose contour until later. Let's do some blush. I have the LA Colors Beauty Wand here. And then I also have the same thing as the contour, just in blush by BPure. I feel like these are the newest thing that are still out at the Dollar Tree in my collection that you can find. I'm going to go in with this rose gold one here. I don't think I have used this one. And again, going in with another brush from the Dollar Tree. I think this one is supposed to be a foundation brush, but I actually like it for applying my blush and sometimes my contour. I just like switch it up. It has cat hair all over it, of course. Holy pigment. I was kind of talking, so I let it dry down, but it's blending, so that's nice. Didn't just stay in one place. Ooh, this is really pink for what I was going for, but that's okay. This would go really nicely with that Ofra blush that I just got in my Ice Cream Beauty box, but I will not be using that because it's not a Dollar Tree product. but this was basically the same tone. And I am just gonna put a little bit on my nose. Just a little. Just to clean it up a little bit. I'm going over with my sponge. I forgot to mention, I didn't go in with a Dollar Tree sponge because I have not found one that I like. This sponge is from AOA Studio. They're less than $2 a sponge on Amazon. You can buy like a 10-pack for I think 12 bucks or something. I tried these like a year ago and I haven't tried anything since. All right, highlighter. This is such a good liquid highlighter. I mean, you guys will see, but it just melts into the skin. This is the same thing, Glow Up Highlighter by BPure. So it's that same thing as the contour was. And I'm going to do it on the other side as well because I always forget that you guys can't really see this side. I find blending it with my fingers the best, but it just melts into the skin. Gives you that wet cheek look, like as if you were sweating, but in like a healthy glow kind of way. Doesn't look chunky. There, you guys will be able to see better. I put way too much, of course, on this side, but that way you guys can see it's just gonna like melt into my skin. Now that concealer is super hydrating, like I said, so I was getting creasing like I expected. So now I want to set my face or my under eyes. Be Pure pressed powder is so good, so amazing. I even had some of you that have oily skin comment that you love it as well. So if you have oily skin, even Dry Me approves that it didn't cling to dry patches or anything. It is one of the smoother powders that I have found. And again, at the Dollar Tree, guys. Do not sleep on the Dollar Tree. But I want a little bit more coverage, so I'm going to go in with this LA Colors pressed powder. This is in the shade Ivory. I have this powder in a different shade, which we're actually going to use for bronzer. Once I saw that it was in a lighter shade, I was like, I have to try this for under my eyes. This puff isn't from the Dollar Tree, but I think I got it on Amazon, like a pack of them for super cheap. I'm just focusing right under my eyes. I usually clean up my nose contour with this as well, but we need to go in with bronzer first before I clean up, so I just wanted to stop that creasing. Both powders are amazing, but if you want a little more coverage or color to your powder, then go with the LA Colors one, and then if you just want like a translucent one, go with the Be Pure. Again, going into the LA Colors pressed powder, I actually originally picked them up to be my bronzers because my stores only had them in darker shades. This is in the shade Beige. This is another brush that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's a little bit bigger than I would want for my bronzer, but we make it work. One thing I love about using the pressed powder as a bronzer is it's not overly pigmented, so you can slowly build it up. And it's just a good shade if you're fair. For my powder blush, I'm going in with this LA Colors one. It's from one of their more recent collections, the Cat collection, and this is in the shade Puurfection. A little more pinky toned since we kind of went the pinky route. I don't have a brush for this. I need to pick up more of the Dollar Tree brushes so I can use them for multiple things. I want a little more coverage right here where I was breaking out, so I'm just going in with that Ivory powder. I totally just remembered too that I had learned last time I used the LA Colors pressed powder that I can't use it under my eyes. That was the mistake I made last time, or I can't use it with like a puff because I think it's just too much for my under eyes. And I think that's why I started getting that breakage right there. It's definitely one of those powders that's going to stay where you put it and then you have to like brush it away. I sprayed my face with the Mercerie setting spray. I do not like this setting spray, and it's so weird for me to say that because I haven't found a setting spray that I don't like. After I sprayed it and then, once it dried down, I was just patting my forehead and it like completely took off the coverage. Don't fuck with my coverage or that's gonna make me upset. I just worked hard on that. Now my forehead looks splotchy and my nose does a little bit too. Given my nose was dry before I even applied makeup, so I don't expect it to look perfect after makeup. I don't think I've liked anything from this brand, so I would just say avoid her at all cost. Let's finish up these under eyes. We're basically going to be doing the same thing that we did on top. I'm going to go in with the dark brown shade first. I want this shade to be the closest to my lash line. I got this tiny brush set off Shein. I'll try to link it down below. But it is just perfect if you have small eyes or if you want detail work. I'm grabbing the lighter brown now and a slightly bigger brush, and I'm just tucking it right under, kind of blending them together. Then I'm gonna go into like that light orangey tan shade and take it right on the edge. Okay, I grabbed the wrong orange. That's okay. Just gonna keep blending it. And gonna have to add that to the top somewhere now. There we go, that works. We lost some of that dark brown, so I'm just going back over. Now the only eyeliner I have from the Dollar Tree is this black one from IONI. Taking it in my waterline and then a little bit under, like where my lashes are, and that's what's gonna give you the smokiness. Now I'm taking that black that was in the palette. I'm just gonna blend with this fluffy brush. I kind of figured I would want to do this, but I wasn't sure when we started. But now that I did do the black on the bottom, I want to add just a little bit. This is mainly just for depth, so I'm not gonna really blow it out or anything. Keeping it just in this corner. And I'm taking it on a fluffy brush because I do want it blended and not too harsh. So I'm just making like small blending motions. Black eyeshadow I know can be scary, but sometimes it just adds that perfect depth. Okay, let's finish this up with the lips. I'm gonna go in with LA Colors lip liner. This was from their Let's Get Away collection. It's in Beach Babe. And then I also have this LA Colors lipstick. This is in Oh Teddy. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Dollar Tree lipsticks or lip products in general, unless it's like their lip oils. Their lip oils are really nice. Their lip liners are okay too, but lipsticks I'm not a big fan of. Those played perfectly together. Here we are, the final look. The Dollar Tree just never ceases to amaze me. If this isn't proof that the Dollar Tree has some amazing products, I don't know what is. Like, my makeup just looks so bomb right now. This foundation was the only new face product I tried and I absolutely love it. Can't wait to use it again. Everything else I pretty much knew it was going to be amazing. It just goes to show that you do not need to spend so much money to have a good face of makeup. There is good makeup at the Dollar Tree. Not a fan of the lipsticks, the sponges. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely some misses at the Dollar Tree as well. Everything I tried today was definitely a hit. This is the first palette I've tried, but I know that they have a ton of variations of this palette, like with different colors. So I'm tempted to get another one and create another look. This is what happens when I get excited about a product. I'm like, I need all of them now. But yeah, this one was really good. I can't speak on the other ones. I'd love to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Everything will be listed in the description box. I can't link it because it is from the Dollar Tree and most of their products aren't linkable. You just kind of have to find them in store. But yeah, I can't wait to hear what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.